Hello guys, so I colored this image yesterday. This image is from Mo's digital pencil. It is such a cute image. I colored her with Prismacolor pencils, and then I added a little bit of a background with distress inks, and with the same Prismacolor pencils I added a little grass. So let's create an easel card with her. For this card, I am using a navy blue background, and the measurements for this piece of cardstock are going to be 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it at the half mark of that, which is 4.25, and then at the 2-inch mark I also did a score line. So at the 4.25-inch line, when you fold it, you're gonna have this fold half of the card, and then at the 2-inch mark you're gonna have the little easel. But then we also need for this card a base for where we're gonna put our image and all our decorations. And I have chosen the same color cardstock of my base, and that's gonna measure 5.25 by 5.25. And you're gonna go ahead and add glue to that 2-inch part of that you scored before. That's where you're gonna add the glue only. Don't add glue anywhere else. You can use double-sided tape or glue for this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and put the top layer, which is that 5.25 by 5.25 piece of paper. Now for this part, make sure that you're aligning the sides of this 5.25 by 5.25 paper with the bottom of the with the base of the card. That way your card is straight and it's not like wheeling around or like a weird fold there. Then for the top paper, I cut a piece of cardstock that was 5 by 5 inches, and the same I did with the other cardstock. This time I am going to actually add my double-sided tape to the whole cardstock, and I will place it on top of the blue cardstock. Then you'll see a lot of my cards that I add a lot of layers. I love layering, so I chose to do these 3 banner cuts, I guess, and I'm going to do them the 3 different sizes. The first one is a 5.25 by 1.5 inch, and the way I cut the banner part, like the 2 pointy parts, I just measure the middle. I'm sorry I didn't record this part. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I just measure in the middle, and I just cut from the little corners all the way to the middle, and I did that with all 3 pieces. Then my first banner, I am going to put it at the end of my card. I noticed here that I might have cut it a little not so straight, so I just turn around, and that's an easy fix with my scissors. I just clip that and continue with my card. For my second piece, I chose this pink, and it is 5 inches by 1.5. I did the exact same thing to get the little points of the banner, and this one I'm going to place it a little bit above the blue banner, maybe like a 1/4 inch or so above. But you can play around with these and see if you like it there, if you like it a little bit more apart from each other or together. Just play with your creativity and do what feels right for you. this one I also noticed that I needed to cut a little bit, so again an easy fix for that. And for my final piece, I wanted to put it like in between the two, and I cut this piece at 5 7/8 by 1.5 as well. I wanted to add a little bit of maybe dimension so it's not as flat, my card. So I added some distress ink to the borders of this, and I, like before, I just added some double-sided tape and I glue it down. Now for our beautiful image, let's see where we can position this. I think I want to position it more to the top side of the card than the bottom side, so I can see that navy blue strip underneath, and I also want it away from the edge so I can see also the flat paper. I am also rounding the corners of this image just a tiny bit. I am not using like a big tool to round the corners. I just wanted something very noticeable for my corners, and then I went ahead and with Distress Ink Vintage Photo, I distressed the sides of the image, and I applied like a lot of ink on the corners. At the end, you're gonna see me apply like a lot of ink at the corners. I think it looks so pretty when an image is inked like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and glue down my image. Image down, I'm gonna play around with the decorations and see what embellishments I want to put on this card. I am so sorry I did not record that part either, but it is pretty simple. Just choose what looks best around your image, and here is how it turned out. I love how it turned out. I added some paper flowers and a little butterfly cardstock that I had laying around, and I inked the sides of it as well. I added 2 gold flourish stickers, and then we're gonna do the inside of the card. For the inside of the card, I picked contrasting paper so it matches the outside of my card. I picked this beautiful floral paper. I got it from Hobby Lobby, from a paper pack that is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna glue down this piece of paper, and then I'm gonna use a sentiment that is also from Moss Digital Pencil, and it actually comes with this image, and it is super cute. So here is the sentiment. It says, "I like you a lot," and I love that with her cute little face. I just love it. So I also added like contrasting papers, and I'm gonna place it here, but in the middle of the inside part of the card, but I am going to use dimensional tape. That way, when you open the card, it can actually, that little card that I'm putting there with the sentiment, it's gonna hold your card open. And this is how it looks when you open the card. It is so so cute. It's such a darling little image and card. I'm gonna add some glue to the image right here because I see that I didn't add much glue there and it's coming apart. So with my pencil glue, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and make sure that you check the pictures at the end so you can see it. Go ahead and check out my blog and my social media pages, and make sure that you go and visit Moss Digital Pencil. She has gorgeous images that I am sure you are going to love them.